Well, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Paige buckets. And as well, you cannot forget about the men's game, man. The men's game has been absolutely crazy this year. Just watching upset after upset after upset. There's so many low seeds that ended up creeping their way to the Sweet 16. And honestly, it's anybody's ball game this year, man.
It is no clear. Well, many will say Gonzaga, but it's just like, man, so
Yeah.
many upsets that happen, man. Gonzaga's playing Creighton today at 2:10. We talked about that. That's gonna be a pretty good battle because, I mean, Gonzaga isn't blowing out teams like
Yeah.
people were expecting them to, like when they were in their respective conference.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they just have such a great, like, freshman in Jalen Suggs. They have a veteran such as CRISPR, I believe. They got Drew Timme, who's a sophomore,
Yeah.
and they just have the right pieces and they play the right way. I feel like the coach can literally just create plays or just tell them to do something and they can just instantly do it, man.
Yeah.
And they have just you can just tell they have the IQ, man. Back screens, back cuts. They almost low key. I mean, without as high the 3-point shooting, just the IQ wise, they have ball movement similar to the I want to say the 2016, 2017 Warriors, or like
Ooh.
around that era. So I mean, that's a very bold prediction, but just like watching them play the game, it's just like wow, like you don't see a lot of one-on-one play, and if there
Yeah.
is, it's like a clear mismatch. It's just like, I mean, it's they just play the game the right way, and I respect it. But yeah, I mean, like you said, anything can happen. It could be a bad shooting night. It could be a sprained ankle,
Yeah.
anything. But I mean, you never know who's going to win the team. Win the tournament. So yeah, what do you think is going to win? Who's your early prediction, and what do you kind of see the trend going on within the tournament?
Yeah, I definitely would love to uh call an early upset, but it's always tough to want to go against the team that hasn't lost. And but we've seen it plenty of years where there's been plenty of teams that have come into the tournament undefeated. They come to the Final Four, Sweet 16, whatever the case, no losses. All it takes is one bad game, one wrong time of the year, and you can take that loss. So it's 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 right now. I think I want to go with Gonzaga because, like you said, they just seem to be playing so well. They seem to be playing with such great chemistry. But like you said, they're not absolutely demolishing teams night in and night out. Of course, they're having some pretty close games, but I think the star power that they have, as well as the camaraderie that they have as a team, is kind of what's helping propel them in some of them closer games. But it's just hopefully that's something they can keep going as they move forwards. But as a close second, I don't know. I think it's tough to count out Florida State, man. As gritty as they are, as hungry as they are, as big as they are as a team, they have a squad, man. I think Florida State would want to be my close second.
It's a good pick, bro.
Creighton is very
Actually,
good as well. They got a couple big wings, big man, of course, their point guard, Megan, I believe his
hmm
name is Zarkowski. I want to say I say his last name, but the point guard, man, absolute shooter, handle the ball, uh, dimes. He's doing it all for them. Uh, he's tough to count out. It's actually, I think he Michael Carter Williams' brother, I believe. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, shout out to my guy, Hefe Island. My man Sam has been telling me about him for quite some while. They actually played together in high school, and
Mm,
he was always telling me about him. So kind of seeing that coming to fruition in the college
dang,
games is that he's been real good. So I,
okay,
I I really wanted to choose them as well. And then of course you can never forget Bama, who has a few of their very, very, very solid players. Um, can't forget about the Jelly Fam, making his way back into the NCAA roots and actually proving a lot of the doubters wrong this season. He's actually been balling this year, you know. So you can't discount him.
Jelly JQ, man. That's on his Instagram. He's averaging about 13 points a game, 2.1 rebounds, 3.2 assists. But bro, I mean, like you said, people doubted him when he went to Villanova and transferred. They're like, what is he doing? No one expected him to go to Alabama. But like you said, I mean, he's just been an X factor. I believe he won the MVP for the SEC tournament prior to them coming to the NCAA tournament. But I mean, they just been hoping, man. Their team overall is like they run like a 2 or 3 guard system. With like I want to say 2 bigs to a degree, but like athletic, like moving up and down, transition. He's been hoping, man. Jelly JQ. Hitting the jellies on people, looking at them, being disrespectful the Jersey way. So I mean, hey, and I feel like you really see an emphasis of how crafty he is and his ability to play, make, and create his own shot. I mean, he's definitely playing through the team, but don't get it wrong, Island way. He got that, you know what I'm saying? That bop bop. And you're seeing it exactly.
It's just real. It's real good. And that's what I think he's at his best. That's he's at his best. I think in the one-on-one game, you know, bringing back that New York style basketball, you know, in the park, all that. He's got that, and I think he's kind of found his home with Bama. Like you said, them having that multiple guard front, they just have weapons all over the court, and they get up and down the court, you know, ahead of steam, aggressive defense in your face at all time. It's tough to count them out. Is that they have plenty of shooters all over the court, and like I said, they're just playing basically 5-out basketball, man, and they make it work. So it's tough to count them out, man. Playing the SEC, I think, is going to prepare you for this time of the year, definitely, because you're every night in and night out, you have to worry about a big time team that you're playing against. So it's tough to count them out, definitely.
I want to shout out to the coach too, because Avery Johnson was there, especially around the Colin Sexton era. But I also want to I feel like we got to put some respect on the SEC conference because
definitely
LSU, Kentucky, they're getting it together. Arkansas is a big team that's still in the tournament.
That's definitely true. Definitely true.
And like I mean, we think of SEC, we think of the football clearly, but they've definitely increased the level of play and surprised me. Like I said, like we're talking about like Arkansas is this far. They're the number 3 team, I want to say. But yeah, man, I mean, JQ, get comfortable, brother. I mean, hey.
And I think, like you said, that was their biggest benefit to this season is bringing him, finally getting him cleared to play. And as you can see, like last year, they're not even being able to have the opportunity to sniff at the tournament versus now being in the Sweet 16. You know, it's a huge improvement for them. So I think they made some very solid moves over the last year, and it's gonna be tough to count them out as well, man. So I think this year could really be anybody's game. But I definitely still gotta give Gonzaga the slight go ahead, man, because they got who I believe is gonna be more than likely a top 5 pick in Jalen Suggs. And if he can, you know, continue to prove everybody why he should be in that position, I don't see too many reasons why they get counted out.
I agree, man. I got the Zags still as a favorite, but we'll see because, like you said, Gonzaga's been one of those teams that have been on the cusp and on the brink within the Final Fours or even the final, but they just lose. I don't think he has a championship. So we'll see, man. This might be the year.
Yes, sir.